come for a drive with me in my 1948 Chevy Stylemaster and we'll have a chat about life. Today I'm starting a new little thing, let's call it hot rod rides, hot rod drives, I don't know, we'll call it something like that anyway. Anyway, long story short, I'm just going to drive my hot rods and I'm going to talk waffle. Today's subject is... Oh. There we go. Today's subject is, I don't really know. Oh God. Hold on a minute. I've been bloody boxed in. And I've got no power steering. Oh, shubbered in, are ya? Yeah, not a fucking chance. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, first subject, I guess. Power steering or not? I'm not. Who's parked like a knob? You fucking boxed me right in. I can't fucking get out. I'm driving a fucking bus. Unbelievable. Fuck off. I know how to drive. I just can't steer the fucking steering wheel. God. Alright. Well, it don't matter if it is car anyway, because he's a painter too. So it's not the end of the world. Right, fuck me. It is absolutely scorching. I'm leaving work a little bit early. Not that I really did any work. I ended up sunbathing for half the day. I put like a foam sheet out, so I was foam bathing? Sunbathing. Oh, I think the heat's getting to me. But the car has been in the shade today. Much better decision than yesterday. I left it in the sun, and when I got in, I kept putting my arm up here and burning it, if you watched my other video. Now, today, let's talk about, fucking pothole, necessities when you are hot rodding. If you buy a classic car, or you buy a hot rod, fucking hell. Number one, you will probably need a spare spine. My back is not holding up too well these days, and I put it down to this fucking car. Every single pothole, every single grain of stone that's on the fucking, oh Christ, every single grain of stone that is on the road, you feel it in your spine. Oh. So yeah, be wary of that. Get yourself a nice squishy seat. I've got a squishy seat and it really doesn't help, so maybe just don't even bother. One thing you should definitely do, so at number 2, there's no point me counting numbers because I'll forget after number 3. So the next thing I would recommend doing if you're a hot rodder or you have a classic car, is I strongly recommend you get a very varied toolkit. I don't mean like a couple of spanner sets, I mean like the full Monty. You want more tools in your hot rod or your classic than you do in your own workshop. Oh Jesus, there's half a tree just down the side of my car. Fucking hell! Good job I know a good painter, innit? Now, the reason I say this is because when you're on the road, right, when you're at the garage, if something, you get your car to the garage or your workshop and something happens, like, if you're missing a tool or whatever, you can just go buy it. But if you're out on the roads and your roadside broken down, something's broken, you haven't got that luxury of being able to just pop to the shop and get some tools. So I would recommend always having a full socket set on board and maybe a couple of power tools. Now in this car, I've got a big old socket set, like a 215 piece socket set. I've got fluids, I've got power steering fluid, I've got oil, I've got a big old 2 litre bottle of water, all sorts of stuff, and there's more, but I'll get onto that in a minute. Everything I'm telling you in this video, I've already got in my boot. Now, another thing that's very good to keep hold of is a set of tights. A set of really good, decent quality tights for your wife. Now, I would highly recommend pre-warning your wife that you are putting a set of tights in your car. Because if your wife finds said tights, she may wonder where they've come from, and you're going to have a hell of a lot of problems trying to explain to her that they ain't the other bits. So the reason I would recommend getting a set of decent tights is because if your auxiliary belt goes, cam belt, whatever you want to call it, hold on. If you snap a belt or something and you haven't got any on board, a set of really good quality tights will do the job to get you home. Now generally, when you're out in a group, there will always be someone that has a set of tights. I recommend you are that person, because if by some shitty chance that nobody's got a set of tights, because if you know, you can have a spare auxiliary belt and it's not going to fit everyone's motor, whereas you get a set of tights, you can tighten it to however tight you need it. So what I'm saying is, you could be the hero that could save the day, you know. If someone else's auxiliary belt snaps or whatever, no worries. You get a set of tights out, tie up, they can get home. Now tights usually come in a set of 3 anyway, so you should be all right. You've got 3 sets, there's 1 for you and there's 2 left for your mates. And it should be, I mean, it's not a forever fix. I know people that do actually run them in an emergency and then end up leaving it on for a couple of weeks, like, because they don't tend to snap. Not that I would recommend that, obviously, but yeah, it's always good to have a set of tights in a car. It's also very good to have a lot of hydration. So not only are you going to want a big old 2-litre bottle of water for your motor, at least, you're going to want a 2-litre bottle of water for yourself. If anything does happen and you get stuck, you'll break down, you're in the middle of nowhere and it's summertime like today and it's 35 fucking degrees somehow in the UK and you ain't got no water and you're sitting in a car that is sitting probably about 60 fucking degrees, you're going to need some water. So I'd recommend taking a good couple of litres worth of water. When you are driving a hot rod or a classic car, you'll find that every Tom, Dick and Harry wants to have a bloody conversation with you. Every time you stop at a petrol station, every time you stop at a set of traffic lights, every fucker wants to tell you how much they like their car. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, I had one of those back in the day. Yeah, sure you did. Hello, mate. And yeah, everyone's already had a car that you've got. Everyone's already done what you've done, you know, your usual waffle. And I've just blocked a roundabout. Whoopsie daisy. Another really ideal thing to keep in your hot rod, if it's a nice one, if it's a shit one, don't bother. But if it's a nice one, I would recommend getting a really decent pair of sunglasses, because every time you stop at the petrol station, every time you stop at the traffic lights, every time you pull up, or you try to go doctors, or you go shopping, or you get out, you know, at Tesco's fucking car park, every Tom, Dick and Harry wants to be your friend. Everybody wants to talk to you, and everybody wants to tell you how lovely their car is, and everybody wants to tell you how, fucking hell, I hate being famous. Everybody wants to tell you how they used to have one. Back in my day, I used to have one of them. Oh, the amount of times I've heard that. And given that I know how many of these cars are in the country, I'd say that a good wedge of them are lying. So, yeah. But nobody wants to spend their entire journey talking to people. So if you put your shades on, you can just give them, you know, just pretend you can't see them. You look at them out the corner of your eye, like that, just pretend. A bit like when you're down the beach with your wife, you know, you stick your shades on, get your book out, you pretend you're reading your book, but really you're looking at the birds. I mean, like the seagulls and stuff. It's the same with hot rods. You put your sunglasses on, people think you're concentrating on driving, really you're screwing them up. It's just, it's so frustrating, really is so frustrating. It's so hot, you can't put your window up to block them out most of the time. Like even in the winter, it gets so bloody hot. because you've got the heat from the engine that seems to just penetrate through the firewall. There's no fan. I mean, there is a fan, but it seems to be rigged up to the fucking heating in this car. So every time I turn the fan on, just red hot fucking air comes through. I think it's coming, pulling it out the engine, but I've never even investigated it to have had a look why, to be fair. I probably should, but it's never really been a problem until now. It's not often we get weather like this. Absolutely fucking scorching. Anyway, that's my waffle for the day. Don't forget to get yourself a set of sunglasses and a set of tights and a toolbox and all the bits and bobs you might need, all your fluid to that. And happy hot rodding. Have a good one. Toodle pip. See you in a bit. Much love. Mwah.